Hello there my fellow Holotail viewers and welcome to another SWGOH video. Happy Friday everybody, hope you had a great week and that you're planning a really relaxing weekend ahead of you. But first we have a Bounty Hunter Galactic challenge to resolve. This time we are taken to the planet of Jakku and we have to defeat them using resistance. Now even though Jakku was mostly a desert land, there were a few settlements scattered across the planets such as Tuanul, Ristki, Crater Town, and what was considered the only major settlement, the Nima Outpost, which also served as the main trading post for the planet. Now, due to the lack of communications on the planet, travelers seeking to escape deaths or maybe start a new life would find Jakku a very suitable planet to move to. Now, while most of the residents were scavenger, there were also isolated villagers of Tuanul, which worshipped the Church of the Force, which was an underground faith of the Jedi worshippers, and they were hiding from the Empire. Now for today's challenge here, I'll be using two teams. So first I'll cover as always modifiers, feats, mods and things like that. So if not interested in those details, you can just skip through straight through the battles using YouTube chapters below. But now let's get into it. As mentioned before, two battles for you. One will be with the Rey and full resistance squad, and then I'll do also the Jedi to do one of the evasion feats. But anyway, let's hop in. Now the planet of Jakku, being a hot, scorched planet, the modifier, Scorching Sun. If you need a reminder, anytime unit gets a turn, they will get a stack of overheat. Once they reach 10 stacks of overheat, they will get instantly defeated. So to counterattack that, we do get thermoregulate ability that you can use on any of the characters, and that will remove 2 stacks of overheat. And obviously with Rey and both Jedi will have some sort of turn meter train going. We'll be taking lots of turns, so it's definitely something you will want to keep an eye on, that some of your guys don't get defeated before you complete the battle. Now the Fearless Fortitude player modifier is absolutely brilliant. It does a lot of stuff, but most importantly it gives you some additional bonus turn meter as well whenever you do gain a buff, which is pretty cool. On top of, Rey's already turn meter train will be running circles around these bounty hunters. Thrill of the hunt. Bounty hunters, each bounty hunter will start with 9 stacks of true defense. So every time they get hit, they will lose a stack, and then for each of those stacks they have extra defense, so they'll be very tanky to start off. They'll be able to take a lot of hits, but as you exhaust those stacks on each of them, they will fall very quickly. Alright, so the feats have to complete the battle, win after evading 10 attacks, complete the battle after gaining stealth 10 times, and then complete the battle with a full team of resistance units. Now the stealth one could be tricky just because the enemy, they do have Dengar on there, and if Dengar goes into stealth, then your allies won't be able to gain stealth. So you will definitely want to take that in consideration when you go battle him, just to put buff immunity, or in my case with resistance I'll put confusion on Dengar so he won't be able to gain stealth, and then obviously R2 will be able to use smoke screen over and over again, hiding everybody into stealth, and this will allow us to complete the feat. Just something I wanted to point out, that Dengar there could cause you trouble if you do not prevent him from gaining stealth one way or another. Also, they have a Jango lead, so if Jango lead goes, applies burning to your guys, you won't be able to gain bonus turn meter, but with Rey Jedi training we'll get a jump start on them, so they won't really be able to do much. So these are modifiers and feat. Now let me show you the team and the mods that I'll be using for the resistance feats. So starting off, obviously Rey Jedi training as the lead, and then the free droids, which will provide you the whole bonus turn meter through BB-8's unique, and then we'll start going. Obviously need R2 there for the smoke screen so we can gain stealth more than 10 times, and then need 3PO there to apply confusion over on Dengar so he can't go into stealth when we hit him. And then the fifth one is really whatever you feel like putting in there. It's probably good to put one of the resistance tanks in there, so when we do your smoke screen, in case the enemy does get a few hits on us, you have a tank there that can take a little bit of a beating. In my case I just use Holdo, because her basic can apply their foresight, and then as well she can heal up and things like that. So whatever really for the fifth character you find suitable you can use, but these four are kind of the core to get these feats done. I didn't remote for this event. These are just the mods I have on my team at all time. Rey, she has critical damage set on her with some speed on her secondary. BB-8, he just needs speed, really nothing else, so having him at 301. Then up next we got R2 here, also modded for speed at 294. Then we got 3PO, also modded for speed at 253, but he does get plus 20 speed from his unique. And then fifth one here, I will be using Holdo, you know, just some speed, health, protection her, you know, she's a tank in the end after all. The challenge here is not to finish them too quickly, because remember, you need R2D2 to use smoke screen 3 times so that you can get that feat for stealth. Because we'll keep getting debuffs on us from the Scorching Sun global modifier, that means that we won't be able to reduce our cooldowns through Rey's leadership. So it'll take a little bit longer that R2 gets his smoke screen back online. So that's why we'll have to want to drag out the battle a little bit until R2 gets, you know, at least 3 smoke screens out, and then you can go ahead and finish off the enemies. So that's the over strategy here. Let's just hop into the battle now, and let me show you how I run this team. BB-8 goes first. You just wiggle, spread secret intel, boost Terminator to Rey. You will want to first push back Terminator Django. You don't want him to start spreading his burning. Here I will avoid doing any attacks, AoEs, until I get here confusion on Dengar with 3PO. So there we go, we got confusion on him, and this will prevent Dengar to gain any buffs, including going into stealth, and then we'll be able to keep reapplying stealth whenever we do have smokescreen available with R2. I already applied it once as the first move from R2. And now here, just pretty much go around, take everybody out, obviously expose the enemies here. Whenever you do use special abilities, they will lose 5% turn meter. But I didn't get a lot of exposes out there, unfortunately, so they did get an attack out there on Holdo. But that's okay, not a problem. Now we'll get burning out. Now we did get their expose over on Grief, so we'll be able to keep removing turn meter from him. Push back turn meter again on Django. I do not want him to get a turn. Let's see if we can stun here, maybe Mandalorian. Get a stun. Oh, no stuns. Okay, and Illuminate Destiny is already there, but now we have to be careful. We got 7 stacks of overheat already on BB-8, so it's something we'll have to start thermoregulating in a moment. There we go. I'll be reducing a bit stacks of overheat on Rey and BB-8 because they're both taking a lot of turns. There we go, another thermoregulate on BB-8, got his stacks down to 4 again. Now with the confusion there over on Dengar, you don't need to worry about him getting stealth, so feel free to use AoEs and things like that. So that's not a problem. Push back here, Terminator Mando. Again, start thermoregulating your guys once they get, you know, to like 6-7 stacks. Is probably where you want to start. Keep an eye on that. Let's see if we can get Django out before he gets to do anything. There you go, another Illuminated Destiny already. So you can see we are really now running circles around these guys with the whole Terminator train. Now just a case of waiting for another smokescreen to come online, and that should then complete the stealth feat for us. There we go. Now just finish off these guys. Have to start thermoregulating again with BB-8 and Rey. Again, more thermoregulating there, reduced on R2. Now just finish off Dengar here. Call everybody to assist. Only down to Grief. Alright, how we doing? Yeah, let's just thermoregulate a bit again. Keep reducing the overheat. Illuminated Destiny online. Finish off Grief here. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. And that's how I completed here 3 out of 4 feats in today's challenge on tier 10. Obviously use the complete battle with a full squad of resistance units and also gain stealth more than 10 times. So it's a pretty straightforward here. Feats, these 3 feats here with Rey. Once you obviously get confusion over on Dengar, then you just have to drag the battle on until you get to use smokescreen 3 times with R2, and then you can just go ahead and finish off the rest of the enemies. Alright, now let's take care of the last remaining feat. Okay, so for the last remaining feat, we have to evade at least 10 times, so that's why I'm bringing here Jedi Revan with both Yodas, so now both Yodas can obviously put Foresight on our Jedi allies. Jedi Revan he can put on himself with his turn meter swap ability, and then Kenobi on his basic as well can apply Foresight. So we have a lot of here sources of Foresight, so the key challenge here is how to get those attacks out, because if you let the enemy get too many attacks out, they could cause some real trouble to you. Because of the global modifier, you will constantly have the stacks of overheat on yourself, and Jango's contract then can get triggered very quickly because his contract triggers when they damage debuffed enemies. So it's something to bear in mind. Unfortunately, Jango's AoE cannot be evaded, so that will not help you with the evasion feat. And then if you just rely on single target attacks to evade, you could be in trouble. They could trigger the contract, and then potentially Mandalorian can disintegrate one of your guys. Even Saber won't help you in that. So now the trick to this feat is that you keep under control all the other guys. You just start picking them off one by one in terms of who's the biggest threat, but leave Dengar absolutely alone because his AoE can be evaded. So you just need to keep spreading Foresight with both Yodas, so all your guys constantly have Foresight, and then just let Dengar use his AoE 2 or 3 times, and then this will be enough to get the evasion feat done, and then you can just go ahead and finish the battle. That's the overall strategy here. Let me show quickly mods. Again, did not remod. These are just the mods I have on my Jedi at all times. They're pretty good mods because I love using my Jedi everywhere. So got very fast Revan there at 334. Now my Yoda here, 253, but his main focus really is offense, so got a lot of offense on him. And we got here Hermit Yoda, also modded for speed, so I have him at 313. Then Bastila, also modded for speed at 274. And then finally Kenobi, just modded for a lot of health. So this is just when I do use him under Padme, for example, that he gets lots of bonus protection. Alright, this is the team, so let's just now hop into the battle and let me show you how this one goes. Alright, so to start off, there we go. Even my 334 Revan was not able to go first. Jango also has plus 30 speed from his leadership, but anyway, it doesn't matter. What I want to do first is mark Bosk, because I don't want him getting frenzy, because he'll be getting lots of bonus turns and things like that. So just first we'll go after him, so I don't need to worry about his mass assist and things like that, because remember, he has a mass assist, Grief has a mass assist, and if they both get mass assists out, they could very quickly get contract. So here just kind of going around. Now Revan there, he's got strategic advantage on him, so there will be no counterattacks on his AoE. Let's just swap turn meter here with Yoda. Obviously I have to keep an eye now on the thermal leg blade because Yoda is taking so many turns. There we go, finished off Bosk, so we don't have to worry about his frenzy and taunts and things like that. Let's reduce their stacks of overheat on Yoda. See if we can get a stun on Jango. Perfect. Because Jango is really the main threat here in terms of immediate damage. So let's go ahead, spread some Foresight again. So let's just go ahead now, direct focus on Jango, get him out. How are we doing with overheat? I think we're pretty good, so let's call Revan for an assist here. Everybody got Foresight, so there we go. That's how you get your evasion. Just let Dengar keep using his AoE. We still got strategic advantage there on Revan, so let's go ahead, swap turn meter again. Just basic here with Kenobi, call Yoda for an assist. Alright. Okay, let's now do an AoE. We got strategic advantage on Yoda, so again no counterattacks, but we were not able to steal stealth because Dengar's in stealth, so he'll prevent that. But that doesn't matter for this feat now. Alright, another direct focus online, so just go all after Jango. Because with Jango out, you really slow down their progress towards contract, as well as any sort of big damage before the contract triggers. Get him out, perfect. Now we just have to a little bit drag out this battle until Dengar gets a couple of more AoEs out, or at least one of them, I guess. Okay, let's see, Basti didn't have Foresight, so let's just put Foresight on her. Next up, let's go after Mando, because if they do get contract out, obviously Mando can disintegrate somebody, and we don't want that. Let's spread those buffs. We've got quite high stacks now here of overheat on both Yoda and Revan, so it's something we'll have to address. Let's go ahead and reduce Yoda there. Also reduce stacks of overheat on Revan. Okay, perfect. As mentioned before, just leave Dengar alone. Let him throw his grenades. Cover, one more time, and we should be good to go here, I think. Yeah, let's reduce again overheat. Let's get Master's Training over on Revan. Take care of Grief. Keep spreading Foresight. Just basics here. Let's see if we can evade a little bit more, because we still do not have a counter. So I'm not sure did I get 10 evasions. I probably did, but just to be on the safe side, let's see if we can evade one more attack from Dengar before we finish him. So just basics. Alright, basics only. Oof, he's already very low. Alright, he got one more attack out. So there we go, we got one dodge, so that's not bad. This will probably take him out. Yeah, but still I think he did get 2 AoEs out, so it should be enough, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. So completed the final 4th remaining feat here, where you have to evade 10 attacks. And there you go, guys. That's how I got max rewards this time yet again. So the first one, Rey with the droids, was pretty straightforward. You just make sure you land Confusion on Dengar, so then you can keep reapplying stealth with R2. And the rest of the battle is pretty straightforward. And here with Jedi again, just pick off one by one. So first go after boss, then after Jango, then after Mandalorian, Grief, and just leave Dengar alone. Let him keep throwing his AoEs out, so you can then get those evasion up. No issues at all, with both Yodas keeping Foresight on all your guys pretty much throughout the battle. Alright guys, hope you find this video useful and helpful, showing you how I completed all the feats in today's challenge. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next one, but until then have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.